Hello everybody, today I'd like to show you how you can bring your Rhino CAD model into Blender for further works. Okay, let's start. As you can see on the screen, I have already created my CAD model and have positioned the various parts into a organized manner. Okay, before I bring it into Blender, there are a handful of things I need to do. Okay, the main thing that you need to do is to actually give the individual parts a different color. The purpose for doing this is to later be able to break the model into its individual pieces inside Blender. Okay, the easiest way to set different colors is to actually select the part, go to the property tab and change its display color. So I'm going to do that for the first piece. I'm going to change it to, let's say, a red color. Okay, I'm going to do that. Maybe these two pieces they are the same, so we can set this as a red as well. Okay, so I'm going to do that for the other pieces. This one I'm going to set it as, say, yellow. Yes. So the main idea is to give all the pieces a unique color. Okay, that's it. I've assigned colors to the parts of the model. Okay, next I need to export the model. So with the object selected, go to File, Export selected. Okay, I want to export as a mental ray object. Okay, the format to export to is OBJ. Okay, OBJ. Okay, click Save. To replace because I already created the first one. Okay, so we can use the default options. Click OK. Okay, there are two ways to set the density of the mesh. The simple way is to use the simple control. You can simply drag the slider, click the preview to give you a visual feel of the density. For me, the preferred way is actually to use the detail control. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to click the detail control, and at the maximum distance edge of surface, I'm going to give it a value. In this case, 0.01. Okay, click the preview. Okay, I'm happy with the density of the mesh, so I'm going to click the OK. So the model has been exported to OBJ. Okay, now we can go to Blender. Okay, the version of Blender that I will be using is the new Blender 2.8. Okay, the 2.8 is much better looking version, and it sports cooler features such as the real-time renderer EEVE, as you can see I'm demonstrating now, which allows for very cool real-time presentation. Okay, this model is actually created in Rhino and Pro Engineer and exported into Blender. As you can see, the real-time preview is pretty cool. Okay, so now let's bring our previously exported model into Blender. Okay, so I'm going to open a new file. Okay, so this default key I'm going to delete away. So how do you bring the Rhino model in? So you go to File, Import the OBJ that you created. Okay. Okay, the model has been brought in nicely. Okay. So if you're not familiar with the navigation and the movement within the 3D view, you can use this widget over here. okay, to help you with your work, okay. But I'm already familiar with Blender, so I'm going to just use the mouse, okay. So next, what you need to do is to break the model into its individual pieces. How do we do that? Okay, with the model selected, you can see the model selected. Okay, go into the edit mode. By the way, the hotkey for the edit mode is the tab key. Okay. Next, make sure that all the meshes for the model has been selected. You can ensure by pressing the A key. Okay, A to select all. Next, we need to use the P key to separate the pieces into its parts. So, press the P key. Okay, this will open up the separate option. So we need to separate by material. So click by material. Okay. Next, go to the object mode again. As you can see, the individual pieces has been separated. Okay. So the next thing we need to do is to do some parenting to the individual pieces so that the model can be organized into a meaningful structure for further works. Okay, so before we do that, we have to set the origins of the individual pieces to the new location. So with the object, with the part selected, do a right mouse click. Okay, go to set origin to geometry. So you can see this is the origin. It has been placed to the center of the object. So we're going to do the same for all the pieces. So right click, set origin to geometry. Okay, for this piece, we need to move the origin to somewhere around here. This is because this piece has a pivoting axis around here. Okay, so the easiest way to do it is to firstly break the view into various pieces. Okay, I'm going to break this here. Okay, bring this here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to set this to the top. Okay, this is the top. Set this view to be the right. Okay. Next, I'm going to use the cursor location to assign the origin. So I click on the cursor mode to put the cursor to its to the location that is intended. Okay, so I actually want it to be around here. Yeah, I think I got the position. Okay. Okay, so you can see that the cursor has been placed in position. Now right mouse click, with the object selected, set origin to 3D cursor. You can see now the origin has been set over here, and if we were to do a rotation, you can see that the object is moving about a new pivot. Okay. Okay, after we've done that, we can proceed to do the same for all the other pieces. Okay, so right click, set origin to geometry, right click, set origin to geometry. Okay, so yeah, I got all the pieces set ready. So next, what I'm going to do is to organize the model into parent-child structures. Okay, so select this piece, and I'm going to select this. Okay, the last object to be selected will be the parent to the other object. So to set the parent child, press the Ctrl plus P. Okay, and set parent to object. Okay, so now if I were to only select the parent object, let's say this, if I were to do a rotation, the child object will follow suit. Okay, so this is a good way to organize the parts into a meaningful structure. So okay, so now with this thing selected, let's set this as the child to this object. Okay, okay, so go to object, parent, object, or you can simply press Ctrl plus P. Okay, so yep. Okay, so yeah, we're done with this. Okay, now to make the organization a bit easier to understand, I'm going to add an empty object as the main parent to all the other pieces. Okay, so what I'm going to do is add an empty object into the scene. Okay, at the location of the cursor. So let me place the cursor to, okay, let me place the, snap the cursor to the world origin. Okay, so the cursor is here, and this will aid in placing the empty in this location. Okay, so go to add empty plane axis. You can see that empty has been added into the scene. Let me just scale it up so you can see it better. Okay, can you see there's an empty object here? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it up a little bit so you can see it better. Yeah, so I got the empty object. Okay, so now what I need to do is to parent the rest of the object to this empty over here. Okay, maybe I just move it out a little bit easier to see. So going to select this, and the last object to be selected is the parent. Okay, the parent. Okay, so with that last object being selected as parent, go to object, parent to object. Okay, so the model has now been parented to the empty. So if I were to move the empty alone, the entire structure will move, as you can see over here. And if I were to do a rotation, the entire structure will rotate as well. Okay, yeah. So we have completed the organizing of the parts. Okay, so once that's done, we can actually proceed to do things like maybe assigning materials to the parts. We can do that very easily by going to the shading workspace. Okay, select the pieces that you want to assign material to. So now I'm going to set the material for this. So going to maybe change the color a little bit. Okay, as material assignment itself is a very complex topic, I think I will just stop at here. And if you like to support me, you might want to consider getting my book, the Blender rendering and visualization book, which you can access over at this corner here. Okay, so that's it for now. See you. Bye.